We're happily returning to a fast pace of bringing up a company that went from zero to hero in the world of advertising. And I'd like to introduce you to Jeff Kupieski.
Thank you, Sharona. And I know the way this works is as long as I'm fast, I have a chance to be cool. So we have 5 minutes here starting now. Our company does two things. We provide personalized and automated messaging, and we do personalization and then monetization for that same data as well when we send it on behalf of our publishers. Let me just show you a quick example of how that would work. Let's say you're in Seattle, you've browsed the site, you see that there's some weather pattern coming in, and we happen to know that if we send you an alert, either an email or a push at the exact same time where you see that information, you're going to be very likely to open up that email. You do open it, and it's relevant to you. Just like if you open up your Facebook or Instagram, email should be the same thing when it comes to personalization. If you don't have people signed up, we should give you contextually aware signups as well, so you get more people onto your list that then you can send them relevant content. Well, how do they make money? We help them put advertising that also uses AI to determine the right ad to the right person at the right time. You've all heard that same story. That's not what I came here to talk about. What I came here to talk about was something that I don't think is very AI enabled, and that is, how do startups succeed? And everyone looks at me and say, oh, that's a great poster child for Israel. Well, I'm an American CEO living now here in Israel for over 10 years. My development was done in America. We raised $6 million, and for a lot of our time, we actually tried to be profitable. Very, very similar to most Israeli companies, right? Well, the challenge was, for most companies, you have to pick 6 things and get them well and in order and do them appropriately. Your market, your team, your product, etc. The challenge is you never have enough data to make that decision. And ultimately, as I say, AI doesn't really help you here. So I'll give you the context. In 2009, I went to the first Israel conference that's trying to put on in LA. I was so excited. I said, I'm going to make Aliyah. I'm going to come here. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to run a company. And I actually talked to one of the JV companies. But in the end, I said, this is a better company. It's got funding. They're looking at the fintech space. It's going to be changing the world. We're going to figure out how to do security. We've got already pilots going on with Bank of Polim and Leumi. What could go wrong, right? Well, I only have a couple of minutes, so I can't give you the whole story, but basically a bank in Atlanta, Regions Bank, says, this is fantastic technology, just so you know, we'll never put it into the bank for as long as I live. So why? Well, we've been educating our consumers that you can't put secure technology in email, they won't trust it. We got to change it. And it turned out everything had to be changed. I didn't think we had the right team. We weren't sure, based on that information about banking, that we had the right market. We had to change our product. Once we did all those things, we ran out of money. We needed to find new investors. And on top of that, we had to change what business model we had. And finally, when we were going through that whole thing, okay, when's the right time to sell? So again, with the time that we have, I'll just highlight some of the things that we did here. And that is basically, we pivoted, which is another technical term for we screwed up a couple of times, but still lived to tell the tale afterwards. What we did on the team is we merged with another company in the United States and we brought on that talent. We pivoted to the publisher space, which a lot of investors didn't like. And once we did that, we said we have to change our investor pool. It was a difficult thing to do. We had to make some trade-offs, including a recapitalization. But the reality was then we had people that were with us then for the whole journey. We tried to go after SaaS. We still have a SaaS model. But at the end of the day, ad tech is transactional. It works and it scales. And we were fortunate to hit 15 million in revenue. Before, we were fortunate at the beginning of this year to sell our company to a company here in Israel called OpenWeb for $100 million. I share this story because for many people that have been trying to do startups, not me, it's the team, we're always kind of faced with the challenges. How do I kind of make this quick? How do I make this, I can just see the exit. The reality is it's really hard. It takes a lot of time and you make more mistakes than things you get right. But if you focus on the 4 or 5 things that you do get right, that will lead you to a successful plan. I always tell people, pick the right people, focus on those few things, and just try and live another day so you can kind of live to tell the tale. So I'll close since I know I'm now ahead of time and I can kind of go a little slower here. So we're, I'd say, a successful exit, which is great, but now we're in a situation that we'd like to help others, and I uniquely am in a position now where I'll be transitioning. So if anybody has startups or mature companies that would like some help, I'm happy to do that. You can also contact me here. And I'd love to share some of the things that we learned, because to be honest, most of what you'll learn when you build your companies is someone else has seen that before you, and they're willing to help. You just have to reach out and ask. And I know now, as someone who is Israeli, because I have been here now for a while, sometimes it's hard to ask, right? So I hope that one lesson you get from my Fast and Cool was it's okay to ask. We love to help, and good luck to everybody with your own startups. 25 seconds to spare, Sharon.
Jeff, because of that, you win our super cool not only protect your eyes, but allows you to have superhuman seeing so you can see where the totally cool next deal is. Jeff, thank you so much.